Understanding what truly pleases a partner is essential, especially for men over 55 who wish to maintain a satisfying and deeply connected intimate life in this video. I bring valuable information that can make all the difference in these moments. Small adjustments in your actions can completely transform your experience, creating moments of deep pleasure and strengthening the relationship. I'll share practical tips and knowledge about female sexuality to turn every encounter into a unique and special experience. This is the moment to explore new ways to connect and bring more satisfaction to your love life before moving forward. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you don't miss our videos on sexuality and relationships. If you like the video, hit the like button to help us reach more people. Leave a 1 in the comments if the topic was of interest to you, or 0 if it wasn't relevant, so we can improve our content when it comes to understanding female sexuality. It's important to remember that every woman is unique and many factors are involved today. We'll share some valuable insights about what women like and how they experience pleasure. The famous G-spot, for example, is something many have heard of. But it's interesting to know that not all women perceive it the same way. For some the G-spot can be an area of great pleasure, while for others, it may not have much impact. However, more than 97% of women find the neck to be an extremely sensitive and pleasurable area, greatly appreciating caresses and kisses. Why female psychology changes over time. Additionally, an interesting fact is that about 1% of women can reach orgasms solely through nipple stimulation, showing how pleasure zones can vary for both men and women. Oral sex is one of the most common fantasies, highlighting the importance of exploring different forms of intimacy to further contribute to a fulfilling and satisfying sex life. I've made available the digital book, Rediscovering Intimacy, Healthy Sexuality. After 60 in it, you'll find practical and motivational guidance to strengthen your relationship, facing emotional and physical challenges with effective solutions to rekindle passion and connection in marriage. Get your copy by clicking on the first pinned comment, but don't delay as the copies are limited. Take this opportunity to transform your love and emotional life. The duration of a woman's orgasm can vary greatly, typically lasting between 3 and 51 seconds, which shows that the experience of pleasure can be different from one woman to another. It's also interesting to know that only 18% of women can reach orgasms solely through penetration. For most other forms of stimulation are necessary to achieve maximum pleasure. When women have an orgasm, all parts of their brain become active, and they can be ready to feel pleasure again soon after. However, about 30% of women say they have difficulty reaching orgasm, and 1 in 10 has never had this experience. This shows how unique each person is and that pleasure can differ for everyone. Did you know that communicating with maturity and understanding? Many women prefer softer and less deep penetrations. This is because such practice can stimulate the G-spot in a more comfortable and pleasant way. Additionally, couples in longer relationships generally report having more orgasms than those who meet just once, suggesting that intimacy and emotional connection are important. Another interesting point is that many women like to receive affection such as kisses even when they're sleeping, as in shows. Affection and care exploring fantasies together can be a fun way to strengthen the relationship, but it's essential to have open communication to understand each other's preferences. Concerns about body appearance can affect women's self-esteem and intimate life. So it's important to remember that all bodies are different and beautiful in their own way. The clitoris, for example, has about 8,000 nerve endings, making it one of the most sensitive areas. To touch the entire groin area is sensitive, so keeping the beard well trimmed can prevent discomfort and irritation during intimate moments to feel good. During intimate moments, it's important for various parts of the body to work together. Therefore, staying active and exercising regularly is essential. Studies show that women tend to feel more attracted to men who play sports, even if they don't have a muscular body. On the other hand, many people aren't entirely happy with their sex life. About 2 out of 3 people report some degree of dissatisfaction. This shows how important it is to talk and understand each partner's needs. The position, called 69, is a way to explore sensations and create a more intimate connection between partners. Meanwhile, the position known as doggy style is generally considered satisfying for many men, as it allows for deeper penetration. Additionally, hormones like testosterone, which is a male hormone, can influence attraction. Some people use cologne that mimic the smell of testosterone to attract others. However, it's important to remember that true attraction goes beyond sense and involves mutual connection and respect. Romantic relationships last longer when partners have some differences. Emotional intelligence, reading between the lines rather than being too similar. This can bring more balance and learning to the relationship in certain phases of life. Like menopause, women may experience an increase in sexual desire, which is completely normal. Physical and emotional intimacy changes over time. And this is part of a healthy relationship. Having good sexual education is fundamental to helping people feel more confident and happy in their sex lives, reducing anxiety, and promoting sexual health for an intimate relationship to be healthy and satisfying. It's important for both partners to adjust their expectations a bit and work together to find solutions that work for both. Some people are attracted to someone's intelligence, which is called sapiosexuality. It's an attraction based more on the mind than physical aspects. Another interesting term is the Karita method, which focuses more on emotional connection during intimate moments rather than just seeking orgasm. There's a mistaken belief called dead vagina syndrome, which suggests that a woman can lose sensitivity after having many sexual relations. This isn't true, as sensitivity can be influenced by many factors, but not by the number of sexual relations to please a woman. It's important for men to take care of themselves. Maintaining a good hairstyle or well-groomed beard makes a difference. Women also appreciate when a man shows interest and effort in winning them over. But without seeming to try too hard, sexual fantasies are normal and can be a healthy part of intimate life. They don't necessarily mean that someone wants to fulfill these desires in real life, but they can help explore imagination and creativity. Novelty can also bring more excitement when something new is introduced, such as a new experience or even a new partner. It can renew interest and excitement. Psychologist Robert Sternberg described love as a combination of 3 elements: intimacy, passion, and commitment, depending on the importance of self-confidence. These elements mix different types of love. Can arise, some relationships have more intimacy and commitment, while others may have more passion. Understanding these elements can help people better understand their own feelings and relationships. Some people may feel sexual arousal constantly and without apparent reason, which can be uncomfortable for them. Moreover, the way each person relates to others can be influenced by different attachment styles: secure, avoidant, or anxious. These styles affect how people experience intimacy and sexuality in their relationships. It's important to know that sexual activity can continue at all stages of life, including old age. Sexual satisfaction is not limited by age, and people can have a fulfilling sex life at any stage of life. Smell or scent is an important factor in attraction between people. Certain smells can really increase arousal. It's also interesting to note that weather and sunlight can affect sexual desire, with many people reporting more sexual activity during warmer and sunnier months. music also plays an interesting role. It can influence how we perceive attraction and help increase the emotional connection between people. There is a phenomenon called fading orgasm, where some people experience orgasm without feeling much pleasure or satisfaction, and colors also have their impact. For example, the color red is often associated with excitement and can influence attraction. Although some people may have fantasies or feelings associated with violence, this doesn't mean they are violent in real life. The important thing is to understand these feelings and pursue a healthy and respectful life. The emotional and mental connection between two people can be as important as physical attraction to have a satisfying sex life. This means that feeling close and connected to someone can be as important as finding that person physically attractive. Some people may find it difficult to become aroused or reach orgasm if they feel they are being watched, because it can make them feel uncomfortable or distracted men who, avoiding common misunderstandings, have bile dysfunction problems, often face prejudice and judgment, which can harm their self-esteem and relationships. It's important to understand that this is a common issue and that seeking help can make a big difference. Doing yoga regularly has been associated with improvements in sexual function, such as increased desire and satisfaction. The practice of online sexual activities or cybersex can have good or bad effects depending on how the people involved communicate and give their consent. The lack of physical contact, such as hugs and caresses, can cause dissatisfaction in both the sexual and emotional aspects of a relationship. That's why these gestures of affection are so important to maintain closeness between people. There are also polyamorous relationships where more than two people are involved ethically and with open communication. These relationships challenge the traditional ideas that only two people can be together romantically. Moreover, some people may feel sexual attraction associated with certain foods or ways of eating, showing how sexuality can be diverse and unique for each person after 40 years of age and especially after 50. It's common for men to notice that erections can be slower, less firm, and occur less frequently. This is a normal part of the aging process. Did you know that 97% of women choose a partner? Building respect in relationships based on how they are in bed. This shows how intimacy and physical connection are important in a relationship. Studies also show that when a woman falls in love, her heartbeats can sync with her partner's. After looking into each other's eyes for about 2 minutes, it's amazing how the body can react to feeling of love and connection. The position known as doggy style is identified as the one in which women have the highest chance of reaching orgasm. Additionally, women can experience orgasms through different forms of stimulation, not only the clitoris, but also other erogenous zones like the nipples. Many men do manual exercises to try to lengthen the penis, and some claim that this can increase the length by up to 4 centimeters. However, it's important to be careful and seek medical advice to avoid damage. Trying new positions can help both men and women discover new sensitive areas and increase pleasure. Women's sexual desire can vary much more over time than men's, which is a natural part of life. A curious study reveals that throughout life, women spend about a whole year deciding what to wear. This shows how appearance and the way we present ourselves can be important. A woman's eyes can express many feelings and emotions. Observing a woman's gaze can reveal a lot about what she is thinking or feeling. Additionally, it's common for women to compliment each other when they are in a group, which can be a way of socializing and connecting. Women tend to form opinions quickly, and often these opinions are correct. They also have faster heartbeats than men, although they understanding female expectations don't like being compared to others. Women often compare themselves to other women in their thoughts. Women may take longer to make decisions. but once decided, they are more likely to stick with their choice. They are also good at keeping secrets and have their own reasons when they get involved in relationships outside of commitment. When upset, women usually like to vent and share their feelings with someone they trust. If a woman suddenly becomes quieter than usual, it may be a sign that she is hurt and looking for alternatives to feel happy and safe to solve problems. Women tend to use both sides of the brain, which helps in making complex decisions. On the other hand, men tend to focus more on a single approach. Surprise gifts, flowers and parties are always a good idea to make women feel special and appreciated. If you see a woman as more than a friend from the start, it's important to make this clear, because otherwise, she may end up putting you in the so-called friend zone. Feelings of jealousy also vary between men and women. Most women may feel jealous if their partner is rich or famous, while men usually feel jealous if the partner is very beautiful or attractive. A woman's smile often reflects how much she feels valued and loved by the quality time spent with the important people in her life. Trust between people is very important in any relationship, because it's what keeps the relationship strong and secure. When there is trust, it's easier for the relationship to grow and be stable. Additionally, final thoughts and key takeaways communicate without words. Using gestures and expressions is also very important. Body language helps understand what the other person is feeling or wanting, even when they say nothing foreplay, that is caresses and kisses. Before the intimate moment are essential. They help increase pleasure and strengthen the emotional connection between couples, making these moments even more special and meaningful for both. I hope you enjoyed all this information about female sexuality and the importance of emotional connection in relationships. Now I want to know from you, which of these pieces of information surprised you the most, or maybe you have something interesting to share about what we discussed today. Leave your comment below. I would love to know your opinion if you found the video useful. Don't forget to give it a like. This really helps spread our content to more people. And if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, click the subscribe button and activate the bell to receive notifications whenever a new video goes live. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video. Take care, and keep exploring and learning with us.